Hey guys, welcome back to another war video. This time for Loki's taking on PBT. The bans for this war are Scorpion, Kingpin, and Cosmic Ghost Rider. I'll be joining with a team of America Chavez, Mr. Fantastic, and Havok. In Section 1, I'll be on Path 8. Then I'll be moving over to the Nick Fury on Node 22. In Section 2, back on Path 8, also taking the shared Sersi, and then taking all left side minis, Hulkling, Apoc, and Doctor Doom. First up, we have America Chavez versus Venom. Main thing to watch out for here is underhanded comment. Venom's buffs that he has at the start of the fight. You're basically just going to want to play that stun immune, wait till you have an opening, either from a heavy or able to intercept with a special after using a power start 1. And beyond that, there's pretty much not much else to worry about, just straightforward fight. Try to keep all the buffs off of him with the attack tactic. Havok versus Fury. The main thing I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be playing Fury, overplaying the node, overplaying Havok. What I mean by that is Fury is the most dangerous part of this fight. His kit, making sure he doesn't go unblockable, and all of that. Havok's going to basically turn off Hazard Shift, and just playing Fury, you're going to get around Aggression Prowess. The only node you'll have to watch out for is Insult to Injury during the shock phase. So when you have shocks on you, just play Stun Immune. You'll get those flourish buffs on Fury, but it's also going to push him to Special 2, which is what you want. If you have the chance to play Havok and get heavies for the feedbacks, that's great. If you don't worry about it. The fight's just going to play itself as long as you can play around Nick Fury's kit. Mr. Fantastic versus Galan. Your main goal here is the suppression pre-fight for Mr. Fantastic. Use that one to your advantage. It means fewer specials for Galan. You'll want to throw your special 2 after Galan has thrown at least one special, just so you're able to knock down his harvest as much as possible. If you need to throw special ones, do it. The harvest is the main thing you have to watch out for here. Inevitable Power is going to give him the opportunity to throw a couple specials back to back, but with Reed's power gain from his signature ability after all those specials, you're going to be able to be chaining specials with Mr. Fantastic pretty frequently towards the end of the fight to keep his harvest down. Chavez versus Gorr. Main thing here is making sure you keep up the negative zones. 2 of them will reverse rich get richer, and you'll never have to worry about it. And if Gorr's buffs do leak through, Chavez's attack is going to skyrocket, so keep that in your back pocket if needed. Otherwise, the main thing here is power control. Make sure you're throwing specials to remove his buffs and keeping those negative zones up to reduce and or reverse the power gain. Chavez versus Sersi. The main thing here is the glancing and aspect of evolution. Chavez is a little weird with her ability to fate seal the glancing in parts of her heavy. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but the safest way to do that is just intercepting with a special so it's not an offensive ability. Beyond that, aspect of evolution always has the chance to allow buffs to get through the neutralizes because it's only 100%, and aspect of evolution will give her buffs a greater than 100% chance to activate. But yeah, just keep throwing specials here with Chavez to keep the fate seals up, keep the buffs off of Sersi, and it should go really well. Chavez versus Hulkling on power efficiency, missing in action. Missing in action is your biggest worry here, but Chavez should be able to counteract it with all the specials you'll be throwing in this fight. If for some reason the Fate Seals and Neutralizes aren't enough here. You'll have to watch out for the Falter Timer. Power efficiency means Hulkling is going to have a chance to throw a special 2 followed by a special 1 directly after it, so don't get caught being late punishing that first special 2. If any pierces get through, Chavez is going to be able to blunt those with her Utopian Parallel. It's going to reduce the effectivity of those pierce buffs, and also her negative zone dimension is going to reduce any power gain Hulkling would get from activating his buffs if they do get through. Chavez versus Conflictor, Puncture Prowess, Apocalypse. Pretty much the same strategy as the last war. Just keep throwing your specials, block his specials. You don't need to get too fancy in this fight. Chavez can heal back any of that block damage. Yeah, I mean, the White Magneto Guidance is definitely ideal for this fight, but Chavez can get around that. You just have to bait out heavies. It's just going to mean more specials for Apocalypse, but it's also going to mean more specials for Chavez when you Fate Seal those buffs away. Nothing really to watch out for. It's just making sure he's not throwing specials with the Prowess Puncture. But once again, you have that Dark Dimension. You're going to heal it up. It's going to be fine. Just play safe, and you'll be good. Mr. Fantastic versus Doom on Node 54. You're going to want all 3 pre-fights if possible. Petrify is the only absolutely necessary one you need here. Suppression's also greatly recommended just to reduce Doom's combat power rate. Mr. Fantastic's evade can help and also hurt in this fight. If you try to reparry, there's a chance he's going to auto-evade, but the auto-evade is going to be able to help you on the specials. Just let Mr. Fantastic evade the special ones and don't trigger decks. And then beyond that, just use Mr. Fantastic specials 2 to rebuild all your buffs, your debuffs, get more of them, reduce power gain even more. And then once you get 3 of each, you're going to want to go with special 3 to get the big Fury for Mr. Fantastic to chip through Doom's tankiness. So first up, we have this Venom. Pretty straightforward fight with America Chavez. Going to be going in with a Power Start 1. Just going to Fate Seal his buffs. Doesn't give us an opening with a heavy, so we just intercept with the special 1. I'll take about half his health out in that first special 1, special 2 cycle. One more, and that should be it for Venom. Luckily, he actually wants to throw his specials. Usually Venom just wants to hold it for some reason, but man, nice this war. Next up, we have Havok versus Nick Fury here. Havok's going to take care of pretty much all the nodes here. He's going to benefit from the shocks. Just have to watch out for insult to injury. Other than that, just pretty straightforward. Nick Fury, the flourishes are going to help us push him to special 2. Weave in some heavies here to convert plasmas on Havok over to prowess, just to make sure our special 3 will kill him. I was running mutant power back boost. I wasn't sure if I was going to use more than just that first special, or if I was going to use multiple SB2s. But the shocks on us are just melting Nick Fury. So I think I'm just going to hold this power. Probably could have gotten away with the special 2 here, just felt safer to hold it in case something happened. Finally no debuffs on us, so we get the feedback on him, and that's going to finish off Nick's first life. Don't really need to clear those flourishes because he loses all his buffs going into real Nick Fury. Fade out this special, wait for him to drop down to 30% and throw the special 3 and finish him off. Nothing fancy going on here. Next up, we're moving over to Galan. Gonna be taking this with Mr. Fantastic. I did apply all 3 pre-fights. The goal here was just to try and get some extra pre-fights for the minis I have later on. Could have easily taken this with America Chavez, but I felt like this was an easy ramp fight for Mr. Fantastic to make a couple fights a little easier. Just trying to get a special 1 out of him so he's building up his mass so we can knock it back down. He didn't want to throw it, so go ahead and use our special 2. Now we've got 2 suppressions on him, so he's going to throw fewer and fewer specials. He does have power efficiency that's about to kick in with his next SB1 that isn't neutralized. Just being a little bit stingy here. Through that SB1 just to make sure his mass is down just in case. The power efficiency let him throw 2 specials in a row. No need to take that extra harvest damage. We can still build up to an SB2 since he's got the Careful Study passive on him. Just really easy, straightforward fight with Mr. Fantastic. There's his auto evade kicking in. Love chance to do that. But now we should have some pre-fights available for us later on. Now we're moving on to our rematch from last war with Gorr. Gonna be throwing on another Power Start 1 here, so we get the Fate Seal immediately in the fight. Then we're gonna go for another negative zone for the special 3. Just look at that damage he did based off those initial buffs Gorr had. 18k crit on that heavy. And the Gorr troubles resume once again. We held our heavy a little too late, so we ate that special, but luckily he had all those buffs back, so this is just going to push us right back to another special 3. So I guess that's one way to get double negative zones up. I'm just trying to get him to throw a special. He's not wanting to do it. Blocking this special too, and I think all those buffs are going to move us right back to another special 3. Definitely was not the plan going into this fight, but it's working out pretty well. Now we got the 2 negative zones up, so his power is getting reduced from Rich Get Richer, but it doesn't really matter if you just keep spamming special 3s. Almost finished with that one. He throws his special, and we just finish it right off. Just gotta heal up from a couple of our mistakes that fight. Checking to make sure we still have the Power Start 1 here for Sersi so we can Fate Seal her glancing. Otherwise this is going to be really straightforward. Trying to activate her glancing, but I guess we're not hitting hard enough yet. And that heavy, you know, does it. And we intercept with the special. And I think just about every hit on that special 2 crit. Good, goodness, America. What are they feeding you? Didn't want to sit through another special 3 if I didn't have to, so just finished her off with the combo into her heavy. Now we're moving on to Mini Boss Island. I did have the room to place 2 pre-fights for Mr. Fantastic here. Suppression is going to reduce his power gain from me hitting him. Petrify is going to reduce what he would get from his buffs if anything happens in this fight where we don't keep his buffs sealed away. Well, realistically, we're just going to be spamming specials pretty much this entire fight. As will Hulkling due to power efficiency, so... Luckily, he's wanting to throw his special right away, so we don't have to worry about baiting them out. I have to be a little bit aware that he doesn't throw his specials back to back while we're coming in to counter him. Yeah, once again, he's behaving so nicely, just throwing specials right away. And that special 2 finishes him off. Now we wait for a guidance to get placed on this Apocalypse. You know, basically turn off the one issue that could happen in this fight. Still got the advanced power boost here. So just try to slow play a little bit at the beginning, make sure that passive puncture prowess goes away, so the specials won't hit that hard in the block. Build up our dimensions. And I think this fight showcases why I'm enjoying America as much as I am. She doesn't have a completely strict playstyle. She has, you know, a playstyle that, if you do everything right, it benefits her greatly, but you're not hurt if you don't play her perfectly. So I believe towards the end of this fight, I don't keep up 3 dimensions. I just go for the ones that I need, and she just trucks it. It's really nice that she can just be played how you want to play her, rather than having the strict, you must play her like this, or she's not useful. Because I think from here on out, I don't get any negative zones up. I just go for the Utopian for the damage and the Dark for the healing. It's probably beneficial to get those up so you get the extra benefit from the SIG, but yeah, she's doing what I need her to do with how I'm playing it, and it's just working fine. One more combo or special here to finish him off. That does it for Apoc. That also does it for America Chavez. So we'll be moving on to Mr. Fantastic versus Doom. Going to be placing all 3 pre-fights. Backing out to make sure they actually got placed. Swapping over to Science Power Back Boost. It's really not going to do a whole lot because Doom resists pretty much all damage, and Mr. Fantastic doesn't have great damage without the Fury from his special 3. So the power button will give him some benefit, but it's not going to be like you see from other champions. Go for the quick SP2 just to get up all the extra debuffs. That's going to be helping out with our inequity. I probably should have been running Max Despair. I think it only had 1 point in it this fight, so it could have been sped up a little more. But we're already reversing everything with just 2 Petrifies. We're going to be getting a 3rd one up shortly. I'm just letting Reed evade the specials as much as possible, so he's not getting full benefits from Mystic Dispersion and Aspect Evolution. And then here, yeah, I should have just gone straight to Special 3. I don't know why I started thinking I was going to be able to Special 1 spam the rest of this fight. He still had 70% health. Yeah, the only worry of the rest of this fight is just making sure we're able to get our heavies in to refresh those debuffs. And there I missed parry and Reed didn't want to evade. So rude of him. So here we're gonna get that Fury. I think this does 14-15%, which is a lot more than we've done on one hit before. So hoping to take full advantage of this Fury. Probably should have just done a 5-hit combo to an SP1 there. Yeah, you can see, you know, damage ramps up significantly once you get that Fury. Should be one more combo, and that's going to be lights out for Doom. And that does it for me this war. Good job, Breed. Good job, America. Good job, Havok, in your one fight. Weren't just there for emotional support this time. Well, that's it for me. Thanks for watching.